If your teenager is failing classes alongside learning disorders, I get it more than you know. My name is Raina. I have my own learning disorders. For years, I struggled in school and I felt incapable. One day my teacher said that I blew it, and that was in reference to a test that I had tried my absolute hardest on. I was so discouraged, and it wasn't the first or last time that had happened. Eventually, I learned how to lean into my unique learning style, and that's when everything really changed for me. I went from failing in elementary school to holding the highest GPA in my high school class of 400 students for 4 years in a row. Then I went on to earn my master's degree in education, and I spent the last 12 years helping neurodivergent students see what they too are capable of. Today I'm a mom and an educator working my private practice with neurodivergent high schoolers, whether they're working with ADHD, autism, executive function disorder, auditory processing, or other disorders, or even no formal diagnosis but clear education struggles. What I do is not tutoring. When a student is weeks or months behind, in my experience, tutoring one subject at a time won't fix the bigger issue. They need strategic intervention, someone to move all the pieces behind the scenes and advocate for them at every single level of their journey in education in order to pass those classes before the end of semester. So that's where I come in. I create custom high-level plans for catching up on missing work as fast as possible and without that burnout, because burnout increases learning disorder symptoms. That's not what your kid needs right now, right? I communicate directly with teachers and counselors to clear up confusion, request extensions, streamline assignments, and map out the fastest way from failing to passing so that you don't have to do all the legwork on that. I support students with executive functioning skills so they can work smarter and not harder. I do this through brief SMS check-ins because live sessions, in my opinion, is the last thing they need on their plates when they have missing assignments to complete. I guide parents so they don't have to guess what's needed next to best support their student. I help students raise failing grades before it's too late so that they don't have to retake classes and they can stay on track for graduation. I really want to share this next story just so that you can know how much hope there is for your child. One student I worked with was a high schooler with ADHD and executive function disorder. She also had a really tough family life. She went from 3 Fs to passing every single class. One of them was an A-, and this was in 3 months. I was so proud of her. And even more importantly, she was finally proud of herself and she was back on track to graduate. This was life-changing for her. This month I have one opening for a teenager who needs this high-touch, inclusive level of support to pass classes before the semester ends. If you think that might be your child, go ahead and check out the description. There's a link to apply to a free consult. And during that consult, you'll tell me about all of the obstacles you and your teenager are facing, and we'll decide if we're the right fit for one another. And if we are the right fit and decide to move forward, we can get started together immediately in order to get those grades up as fast as possible and get your kid on track to graduate before the end of the semester. Thank you so much for listening. Rooting for your kiddo. I'll talk to you in the next video.